what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackie and I hope you're all having a great day today. So we're on episode number 2 of the tiny home build. So this is just going to be a recap of what I did all week. But right now what I'm going to do is house wrap the last wall, nail it in place, and start putting on the shiplap. I might do the shiplap tomorrow, but yeah, that's what I'm going to start on right now. And if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the tiny home build. In last week's video, I framed this entire wall and framed the entrance for the door. So if you missed that and you want to know how to frame a door, go back and watch that. But other than all that, let's get straight into it. This part's super simple. All I do is lay my house wrap on here, add a couple of tacks into the corners, and then I just roll it out the rest of the way. And once it's at the end, I just cut it off and tack all the rest of it.
So while I was doing this, I was making sure I was pulling all the edges nice and tight because you don't want it to be loose whatsoever because then water can get down underneath it. This is usually easier when I have another person, but since it was just me tonight, I just went slow and steady across the entire thing, just putting a couple staples on each stud as I went. Once I got to the end, I left some slack and then made my cut, and then once again I pulled it nice and tight, put staples in it. Then I went back and went along each and every stud, putting plenty of staples.
Okay, so now I just go along all the edges and really just tack it all in place along all the studs. So that's all I'm gonna do for tonight, and then I'm gonna put all the shiplap on it tomorrow. So that will be the next clip you see. So right now I'm just gonna start putting all the shiplap on the wall, and hopefully I can finish it up today so that we can lift up the wall tomorrow and install the door. So I'm gonna end up leaving the shiplap about 1 inch longer than the doorway, so that way there's some wiggle room if I need to cut it off and make it shorter. But if I make it too short, then that's gonna be an issue because I can't add little tiny pieces of shiplap on the edge. So we're gonna go ahead and start cutting our shiplap right now.
So before making my cuts, I measured out the door gap, and then I just went ahead and marked that out on a piece of shiplap and made 2 cuts. This took me longer than expected because I had to cut so many pieces, but then later on that night I went ahead and cut out the door opening, and then I started installing the shiplap.
So for this first plank, I let it overhang about this much, the length of the tongue, because when I stand it up, the lip hangs over and it creates more stabilization and it gives a more seamless finish.
So the first piece is most important because you have to make sure it's nice and straight, otherwise all your shiplap is going to end up crooked. So it took me a while to get this centered, but once I did, I went ahead and started drilling it into place. So for this, I'm using 2-inch stainless steel deck screws, and I'm drilling them onto the tongue about 3/4 of the way up and directly down into each stud. Drill it up on the tongue so that way when I lay the next piece of shiplap on it, you don't see the screw at all. And the shiplap I'm using is from Home Depot. I'm pretty sure they carry it in every Home Depot store, but it is pre-primed exterior shiplap. So this is super easy to do. It's just a long, tedious process of just repeating everything over and over again. So as you can see here, I just drill screws into each stud and one on each end to make sure it stays down nice and flat.
So it's been a day now and I didn't film yesterday, but I just finished up the shiplap on the entire wall. This is how it looks. So yeah, that's the end result of it. Now all I'm gonna do right now is paint the entire thing, and then we're gonna let it dry. We're gonna go pick up a Christmas tree while it's drying, then we're gonna come back and stand it up.
So for the painting, I just use a sponge roller because I found that it gives it the most smooth professional finish. It basically looks airbrushed when you use a sponge. And I'm also using the shade Chantilly Lace by Benjamin Moore, and it's just a nice clean white. Once I was all done, I just let it sit throughout the entire day and let it get nice and dry, and then it was time to stand it up.
Okay, Brand, now keep an eye. 1, 2, 3.
This one's gonna be super lightweight.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Alright, maybe you guys can hold right there and I'll check the edges.
Okay, check it out. You're gonna push it in or out?
Actually, I think we're good just standing up straight then.
Okay. Okay, go
Oh,
check.
Brandon's side is completely on.
What does that mean? Hey, Brandon, you just hold. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, about half inch.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay,
There we go.
that might be too much.
Alright, hold it.
We can tap it back in.
No, that's perfect on that side.
Once we had the bottom part of the wall nice and square, I went ahead and shot a couple nails directly down into the foundation. So once the wall was secure, I went ahead and made sure all the sides were square and shot some nails directly into the edge of the first wall going into the longer wall on the outside. And I just repeated the process with the other side, and once everything was in place, I went back with the nail gun and just shot a bunch of nails directly down into the foundation and along the edge.
Alright, and that is all the walls complete and up. It literally feels like a house in here. What the? This is crazy. There's one thing that I'm like baffled about. I bought 8-foot studs from Home Depot, the same exact ones I used for all the other walls. And look, it's taller than the other walls, all of them. I got them all on the same day from the same batch. They're not 8 foot, they're taller than 8 foot. Like, that's so annoying. I didn't even think to measure them because, well, they're 8-foot studs that I'm buying. Never a dull moment. It's done. I can't believe the whole outside is finally done. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna paint my door and I'm doing olive green, and I'm seriously so bummed because I installed it yesterday and I literally just forgot to record on my camera for YouTube. I'm still getting used to the fact that I'm uploading these videos on YouTube, so I'm sorry. But if you guys want me to, I can give you a rundown in another video how I installed the door. So let me know. But right now I'm just gonna tape everything off. Okay, so now that it's all taped off, I'm just going to take some of my tack cloth and wipe it down to get all the debris off.
So once again, I decided to use a sponge roller to paint the door because, like I said before, it gives it the most smooth professional finish. And I'm using the shade Landscape by Benjamin Moore for this. It's just a nice true olive green and I am obsessed with it. So I just went ahead and finished up painting this door and I was able to get it done in just 2 coats. And it actually looks really good. I was a little bit hesitant because I've never painted a door, but it turned out just fine. Okay, so this is basically the end result of the door, except for I have to add another coat right around there and around the windows. This is how it looks. Yes. I love it. I love the green door. Yay. Okay, but that's gonna wrap up the video for this week. Make sure you come back next Sunday because there's gonna be another tiny home recap video. So make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell so you don't miss out on that. And then also don't forget I'm doing 25 days of Christmas. So there's gonna be a new video every single day, but just a tiny home on Sundays. I'm so excited to start posting these videos on YouTube. I think it's gonna be so much fun. Let me know what you guys think of the door color and this entire process. Leave it down in the comments what you think. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.